My name is Maria. I am 36 years old. I found out my husband had another family on a Tuesday afternoon. Not from a phone call, not from a stranger, from a birthday card. And that was the day everything changed. David and I had been married for 8 years. We did not have children. We tried. For 2 years, we tried. Tests, appointments, conversations with doctors who used words like unexplained infertility. It did not happen. Eventually, we stopped trying, stopped talking about it. We told ourselves we were okay. He traveled a lot for work, 3 days a week sometimes, sometimes 4. He said his company needed him, regional projects, late meetings, client visits in different cities. I believed him. I trusted him. When you marry someone, you do not prepare yourself to doubt every sentence. You relax. You build. You assume the person beside you is living the same life you are. I thought we were building something steady, quiet, stable, the kind of marriage that does not make headlines but lasts. I was wrong. The card was inside his suitcase. I was doing laundry, a Monday afternoon, sun coming through the bedroom window. His suitcase was half open on the bed. He had just come back from a trip, 4 days in Atlanta, he said. I picked it up to move it. That's when the envelope slipped out. Blue, small, with glitter on the edge. The kind children pick at the store. I almost ignored it. Then I saw the front. Happy birthday, Daddy. I froze. We do not have children. I stood there for a long time, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 5 minutes. Time felt strange. I told myself it was a joke, maybe from a coworker's kid, maybe from a niece. His family lived far away. Maybe they sent cards. I opened it. Inside, messy handwriting, the letters big and uneven, a child's handwriting. Love you so much. Thank you for coming to my school play. Love, Caleb. There were hearts drawn in red crayon, and at the bottom, from Mia, too. 2 names, 2 children, not mine, not ours. I sat down on the edge of the bed, the card in my hands, reading it again and again. Thank you for coming to my school play. When was the school play? Last week, he said he was in meetings. I remember because I asked if we could have dinner Thursday. He said no. Important client. Was that the school play? That night, I could not sleep. David was beside me, breathing slowly, peacefully, one arm under his pillow, the other resting on his chest. I turned toward him in the dark. I tried to see something different in his face. Guilt, stress, fear? There was nothing, just the man I married, the man who kissed my forehead every morning, the man who said, "I'll be back Friday," the man who brought me coffee in bed on Sundays. I lay awake until sunrise, watching him sleep, wondering who he was. The next morning, the card was gone. I checked the suitcase again. I went through every pocket, every zipper, empty. He had hidden it, removed it while I was in the shower. That scared me more than finding it, because it meant he knew. He knew I might look. He knew to be careful. I did not confront him, not yet. Instead, I searched the names online. Caleb, Mia. Thousands of results. Then I searched with his last name, Caleb Thompson, Mia Thompson, and I saw it. A family photo posted 3 months ago on Facebook. David, standing beside a woman, dark hair pulled back, smiling. 2 children in front of them, a boy, maybe 7, A girl, maybe 5. Caption, family weekend at the lake. My hands started shaking. I zoomed in. Same watch David wears. Same shoes. Same jacket I bought him for Christmas. The woman's name was Lauren. Her profile was public. Married. 2 kids. Location 2 hours from our house. 8 years married. 8 years. The same as us. I scrolled through her photos. Birthday parties, school events, holiday dinners. David in half of them, smiling, holding children, kissing her forehead, the same way he kissed mine. I called the number listed on her small business page. She ran an online bakery, custom cakes. My voice was calm, too calm. Hi, is this Lauren? Yes, this is she. My name is Maria. I think we are married to the same man. Silence. Long silence. I could hear her breathing. Then she laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was impossible. You must be mistaken, she said. Her voice was shaking. David Thompson? Her breathing changed. Stopped. Started again. He travels for work, I continued. Regional management. So does mine, she whispered. Does he come home on Fridays? Yes. My legs felt weak. Does he leave Monday mornings? Sometimes Sunday nights. I closed my eyes. He spends Tuesdays through Thursdays with you? Silence again. Then a quiet, oh my God. We met the next day, at a cafe halfway between our houses, neutral ground. I got there early, ordered coffee I did not drink. When she walked in, I recognized her immediately, from the photos. She looked like me, not physically, but emotionally. Tired, confused, holding herself together by force, wearing sunglasses inside. She sat down slowly. We stared at each other. Show me, she said. I pulled out my phone, showed her wedding photos. She did the same. Different church, different flowers, different year, 2 years apart. He married her first. 2 years before me. He married me knowing he was already a husband, already a father. My mind could not process it. How long? She asked. 8 years. She closed her eyes. Tears slipped down her cheeks. So none of it was real? She whispered. But that was the worst part. It felt real. Every moment felt real. Lauren told me how they met, at a community event, a charity fundraiser. He was helpful, kind, steady. That word hit me. Steady. He used that word to describe himself to me too. I'm not exciting, he told me once, but I'm steady. She said he worked hard, missed a few school events, but always apologized, always brought gifts, made up for it. I remembered the gifts he brought me from business trips, necklaces, perfume, small toys he said were free samples from clients. They were not samples. They were leftovers, guilt offerings, split between 2 homes. We decided to confront him together, not out of revenge, out of clarity. We needed to see his face, to hear him explain the unexplainable. We waited at my house. Lauren parked down the street, walked up after he arrived. He walked in at 6:12 p.m., Friday, his usual time. He was whistling, carrying his suitcase. He stopped when he saw her, actually stopped, like he hit a wall. His face went white. His eyes moved from her to me, back to her. His mouth opened. No words came out. You want to explain? I asked. My voice was steady, surprisingly steady. He looked at Lauren, then at me. I can explain. No, Lauren said quietly. Start with why. He sat down slowly, on the couch we picked out together, argued over the color. He looked smaller than I had ever seen him, shoulders hunched, hands clasped. I didn't plan this, he said. That sentence almost made me laugh. You married 2 women, I replied. That takes planning. He covered his face. I loved you both. The room went silent. Did you love her? I asked. Yes. Did you love me? Yes. Lauren's voice was shaking. Did you lie to both of us? He swallowed. Yes. There it was. Simple. Clear. 8 years of my life reduced to one word. Yes. How? Lauren asked. How did you manage this? He explained like he was describing a schedule, a business plan. He worked remotely most days, different clients in different cities. He rented 2 apartments, one near each house, told each of us he stayed there during the week for work. Careful calendars, careful lies, separate bank accounts, separate credit cards. He said it became easier over time, routine, normal. He used that word, the normal. Like betrayal can become routine. Like living 2 lives can become normal. Which family was real? I asked. He looked at the floor. They both were. That hurt more than if he had chosen, because it meant none of us were special. We were compartments, sections of his life, neatly separated, carefully managed. I thought about our anniversary dinners, the trips we took, the quiet Sundays, the nights he held me and said, "You are my whole world." Now I know I was half of it, maybe less. Lauren started crying, not loudly, just quietly, tears running down her face. What about the kids? She asked. They don't know, he said quickly. Please don't tell them. That was when something changed inside me. It was no longer about love or hurt or even betrayal. It was about character, about the kind of man who can look at his children and live a lie, who can kiss them goodnight and drive to another house, another wife. I left the room. I needed air. I stood outside on the porch we built 2 summers ago, and looked at the house we painted together, argued over colors, the kitchen we remodeled, the couch we argued over. All of it felt staged, like a movie set, beautiful from the outside, empty behind the walls. He followed me out. Maria, please. I did not turn around. How many times did you kiss me after kissing her? He didn't answer. That was my answer. The divorce process was long, messy, legal papers, lawyers asking questions I did not want to answer, explanations to friends who could not believe it, family who said, I always thought something was off, but never said anything. The children found out. Lauren told them the truth in simple words. I watched her once, from a distance, at a park. She was sitting with them on a bench. Caleb was crying. Mia was holding her hand. She was strong, stronger than I felt. Caleb asked, Does this mean Dad doesn't love us? I could not hear Lauren's answer, but that question stayed with me, because I asked myself the same thing. Did he love us? Or did he love the feeling of being needed twice, of having 2 homes to run to, 2 versions of himself? Months passed. The anger cooled, the shock faded. What stayed was something quieter, understanding. Not forgiveness, but clarity. He did not build 2 families because he loved deeply. He built 2 families because he feared loss, feared being alone, feared choosing one path and missing another. So he chose both, and lost both. I am not the woman who was betrayed. Not anymore. I am the woman who saw the truth and walked away. Sometimes people ask me, how did you not see it? The truth is, when you trust someone, you do not look for cracks. You call them shadows. You explain them away. Love makes you generous with excuses until reality removes the option. I do not hate Lauren. We speak sometimes, not as friends, but as witnesses, two women who lived the same lie. We remind each other that we were not foolish, we were trusting. There is a difference. If you ask me now what hurt the most, it was not the other woman. It was not the other house. It was not even the lies. It was the realization that I was living half a life without knowing it. Half the truth, half the story, half the man. I used to think betrayal was loud, dramatic, explosive. It's not. Sometimes it's quiet, organized, scheduled on a calendar. Sometimes betrayal looks like a man coming home on Friday, smiling, kissing your forehead, and asking what's for dinner. I was married for 8 years, but I was not the only wife. He had another family. And losing him did not break me. It revealed me. Because love is not proven by how often someone comes home. It's proven by whether they ever truly left. And he was never fully there to begin with. Thank you for listening to this story. If it touched your heart, please like the video, share it, and subscribe to Story Reading in English channel. Your support helps more stories reach people like you. With every story, our English gets better, and our hearts get stronger.